Welcome to the Sit Down, brought to you by Visa, joined by Canadian goalkeeper Maxime Crépeau. Great to see you.
Good to see you again.
Likewise, we've done these many times.
Yes, pretty much every time almost.
Yeah, and it's always a thrill. And I don't say this to everyone, and I do mean this. Like, you are legitimately one of my favorites to interview.
Thank you. I'll take it.
I bring it up because in order to prepare for this, I was listening to an interview that you and I did in 2019, and you just got the job in Vancouver. Mm-hmm. And what struck me, Max, about that at that moment was when I was asking you about when you went back down to play with Ottawa, and if you felt like that was like a difficult decision, and you were just so humble at the time going, I need to play. Mm-hmm. You led the interview in a way of sending a message out to the younger goalkeepers, but you also told me just how confident you were even though you weren't playing, mm-hmm. which brings me to now. How's this been, and how are you feeling now during this somewhat difficult time?
Yeah, of course. It's there's always it could be rocky sometimes in a season and within an organization. And now, obviously, it's been a year and a half, almost 2 years with Timbers, with the Portland Timbers, and I know what I'm about. I know my work. I do not cut corners, and the people around me know that as well. So. I'm very confident of playing every single week in, week out, and here when I come to the national team, I feel comfortable because the preparation has been done. So right. After that, anything can happen during the 90 minutes because then it's football. But you manage what you can manage, and that's the important thing here.
I'll get to the national team shortly because I think that's a really valid point, what you mentioned there. But recently, obviously, you were taking out the net in Portland. What was that like? What was that conversation like? And did you feel like it was a little unfair at the time?
Well, look, it's in football, sometimes there's decision and you have to respect them. Do you have to be with them, agree with them? No. And it's okay. That's life. That's how football goes. And so I'm a professional, and so I have opinions as well. So I can have discussions. There's no problem about that. But on the field, I don't cut my corners. I do my work, and I'm being honest with myself, and that's what I can do, honestly. In the position that I am with, club-wise, I can only control what I can control.
Back to my original question, I guess, throughout that process, that assurance has got to be so important, that self-confidence that, look, we all make mistakes, but deep down, you still got the backing of yourself, more importantly.
Yes, 100%, 100%. And in times you'll make mistakes. Sometimes you'll see the bench. Sometimes you have a team that trusts you and keeps on going. And the reality is, once you get your number called, you need to answer. And so you have to be stable in the highs and lows. Even sometimes it's difficult, but you always got to be stable because football is a game of second, millimeters, timing. So it's like that.
You mentioned always answering the bell. You always do that for Canada. Here you are again. Do you feel at the moment in your time in your career just a little bit more warm and fuzzy when you come to play for Canada, that there is a little bit more confidence in you, that they know what they have?
There's something special about the national team, and it's something that I cannot describe. Maybe missing on the World Cup with my injury, it scarred me in a way, and every time I come back with the team ever since, it's so special. It's very emotional for me to put the jersey on. So. Maybe that does play a factor, and I'm being very honest here. But it's an honor, and the passion that I have for the country, for my teammates, the genuine relationship that we all have one another helps a lot as well. When you're on the field, everything is natural, So it's a special feeling.
I appreciate you sharing that with me and the viewers, of course. You were outstanding at Copa America, and it was really great to see you get that tournament, because you and I have spoken in the past where you had that 3, 4, 5 window in the World Cup qualifiers when Milan missed that one window, and you had those games, but you had Gold Cup as well in 2021, but you hadn't had that tournament. How big of a confidence boost was Copa America for Maxime Crépeau?
It was great. It was great, not only because I had an opportunity to play, but it was great because it was the scale of the moment as well, the scale of the importance of putting us in the world of football and CanMNT, because it was the first time for us to play these kind of countries, even though Holland and France before was 2 great games, and ever since these 2 games, we picked up fantastic opponents. Kudos to the association, honestly. So that's great. That's what we need, because it's coming in less than a year, the big tournament.
Yeah, and when you're making saves on the likes of Kylian Mbappe and Lionel Messi, that must be pretty good too, no?
It was, now that we can reflect on it, it's brings me a smile, brings me joy. When you're in the moment, you don't even realize who's in front of you sometimes. You just play the game. You don't see whose shirt it is, or, you know, you can't get fazed by that. But once you reflect it, it brings a smile. Obviously, it's great. I'm proud of that.
You should be. You were brilliant in a Copa America, and in the mind and the eyes of many in Canada, you are and still are Canada's #1. But the reality, Max, is since that tournament, I think since the semis, you played 4 of, I think, 14 games. So how has that journey been for you? And I know that hasn't been given a #1 to anybody in the World Cup, but how difficult has that been for you to not get that amount of minutes?
You know, it's okay in a way, because it's competition, and we all know that. And center backs, midfielders, strikers, you can get a couple minutes or get a couple of opportunities in there. But goalkeeping, you have one playing, and so you need to see what kind of goalkeeper you need to have, and that's what Jesse has been doing. Testing on at different tournaments, different times, and it's very okay, and it's the nature of the sport as well. And nothing changes here in terms of our relationships, how to work together, how to push the group forward. And so for me personally, it's a pleasure and it's a privilege to do that. And so when the decision will come down, I mean, it's going to be another moment of saying, okay, great. But every time you can step on the field, you do what you have to do, and you have to express yourself and prove.
Yeah, talking about express yourself and prove, what are those conversations like with Jesse internally? Like, what is he asking you to be more of and improve on, or maybe just stay, as you said, calm off the field regardless of playing time?
Yeah, exactly. The relationship with Jesse, you know him very well too, because since you have multiple sit-downs with him, he's up front, and he's not afraid to have these real conversations, and he rather tell the real truth than the sweet lie, and I love that, and that's how I am as well. So for me in this group is to bring my maturity with the group, because I've been with the team for a long time, and I'm one of the, crazy to say, oldest player here, with a lot of baggage with this team that went through some good moments and some very low moments as well. And so to bring that maturity on the field and off the field, trying to grab the youth as well, to transmit what it means as well, to share that field with your guys and put the jersey on, and to be stable in moments. Obviously, you got to save the ball that's coming, but to be a vocal leader from the back and manage some moments that we absorb more pressure in games. That's the nature of the goalkeeping. But then after that, be myself as well. Just being happy, being good around the guys, just having great moments with us. Yeah.
You mentioned that it's clear for us as outsiders what a mentor you are to a lot of these players and what your presence here means to them. But without being negative on anybody else, you played in that one game in Gold Cup, but it was against 9 men, and I'm sure you didn't get as much action as you wanted. But did you observe what Jesse observed when he said that this team now needs a little bit more of that game management, vocal leadership, just to go through some of those difficult times? When you were sitting on the bench watching, did you observe the same kind of things?
It happens so fast because it's small moments in the game. Obviously, after the red card, because you probably mentioned that Guatemala game into that question, so referring to that game. And there's moments that happen so fast that you're so involved emotionally in the game that you just act rather than sometimes, and that's a crazy fact on the field. Sometimes you are seeing yourself on the field, and you need to detach yourself emotionally to assess, analyzing on the field, what in that moment can I do to adjust our position to be in a better place in a couple more minutes, which is very detailed. But these sort of emotions, we need to put them on the side and really reflect ourselves from that field, and to put results or detach yourself emotionally from that play, and to analyze what can we do to put ourselves in a better situation in that game, in that 45 minutes, second half. I don't know if it makes sense,
Yeah,
but
totally
I'm trying
makes
to
sense.
express myself the better way at the moment.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what we need to do, gain a little bit more maturity in those moments.
That's a fascinating answer. Does that go into your conversation with Dane as well, who I know is your direct competitor, but is also one of your closest teammates that you work with the closest? Is that the conversations that you also have with him to help?
Yeah, goalkeeping and on the field as a team, it's two different things. Yeah, you have the goalkeeping mentality aspect, and every time halftime, post-game, pre-game, trying to fit. Obviously, pre-game, every goalkeeper has his own little routine in his own ways, but halftime, you try to put any little cues that you see from that 45 minutes and what in the first half happened that can affect in the second half. So pick up those cues and trying to, I wouldn't say anticipate, because you cannot anticipate the ball when it's coming, but anticipate moments, to smell, to use your flair, to recognize situation earlier, a couple of minutes earlier, seconds earlier, and to manage that. That's what we need to do as goalkeeper, pick up a little bit of cues, and it comes with time.
Right.
You cannot buy that. It just comes with time.
Yeah, when I observe, it seems like you guys get along really well, and obviously you're fighting for that one spot as well. Have you had any assurances from Jesse, like in this camp, that you're going to get game time, or like do you seek that out?
I can't tell you, it's a government secret.
Do you feel that he has been quite vocal in saying that you guys are just almost neck and neck at the moment, but he has also said at some point he feels like he needs to name someone to have everybody ready, you two ready for that.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that? Like at some point that he would like to, for the World Cup ahead of it, it's probably a good idea to have somebody there?
Yeah, well, at the time now, we had that conversation actually 2 days ago, 2-3 days ago, we had that conversation where that moment has not come yet, but it will arrive eventually. And using these windows coming up as friendlies, obviously you have an opportunity to play some guys that you want to see.
Right.
And then at some point, come closer to May next year, you need to have a decision, and it's fine. It's good for the team, your keepers, everybody to know this is our plan, this is how we move forward. And so the moment hasn't come yet, but it will arrive. Yeah.
A couple more, Max, and I'll let you go again. Thank you so much for your time. After this camp, the team goes to Montreal.
Yeah,
Which is
nice.
special, no? You're happy about that? An opportunity to go back home and play in the province where you haven't had a chance to play very often for Canada, and to see, the fans and family and friends in the crowd?
Yeah, of course. It's special. Born and raised in Montreal. All my family, friends, everybody's there, and so it'll be great. Against Australia, a very good team too. They're playing New Zealand. That's how I know, because our center back in Portland is in New Zealand. Traveled to Australia. Yeah. So it'll be great. It'll be great. Very excited. Obviously, every time you go back to where you've grown up, it's always special. You cannot hide it. And obviously, I've been in Montreal for 6 years with the Impact, and so of course it's special.
Yeah, and that province just loves their footy, mate. They got the Impact, obviously CF Montreal, NSL, potential CPL team come in there as well.
I've heard the news here and there. The rumors.
Yeah, but it's a province that just loves the game.
Yes, we're passionate. It's a province that loves the game. That it's a province you need to win. It's passionate. When you win, you're on top of the world. When you lose, you're at the bottom of everything. Yeah, that's how we are.
Yeah, I guess we'll leave it there. One last one then, on the top of the world and everything else. This is a time to be measured, no, for you? Just knowing consistently, no matter whether you get playing time or not, that you're measured in these moments, and that you continue on and off the field just to be calm.
Yeah, exactly. Be calm, trying to be stable regardless of what's happening, and that's part of being a goalkeeper as well, not only as a person, but as being a goalkeeper. And it's easy to say, sometimes difficult to do, but it's great. Every time I come to the national team, I have the smile that comes naturally. It's like my skin, It's like natural.
Well, I know I speak for many Canadians that they just love having you here. In fact, the poll on One Soccer had Max Crépeau as the starting goalkeeper overwhelmingly, so they still want you out there, my friend. So keep smiling, keep positive no matter what's happening, and we'll see you out on the pitch.
Thank you.